Alrighty guys, so should you this week in the semiconductors and chip stocks be looking at the strength or the weakness? What are the zones to watch for potential upside and or continuation of the downside? Because as you can see, Nvidia, AMD, and many others have been struggling to continue their next leg up. Especially Nvidia has been quite in the negative side already. So let's take a look at all of that in this video for the chip stocks. What does it mean going in this week? But before that, I want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. Now, so in this video, as I said, we'll take a look at Nvidia, AMD, ARM, Broadcom, TSM, Intel, Seagate, and all that good stuff. For Micron and Sandisk, guys, please check this video out on my channel. For this one, you don't have to be a member, but in case you missed out, this I already did Micron and Sandisk, how to read it a day ago. So just check this video out over here. And if you are interested in many other tech stocks plays and many other non-tech stock plays as well that have been on our list and radar that I talk with the members, how to trade them, what are things to look for, you can check out my other members only videos, and that will give you full understanding. All right, let's get back here on our charts. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia, guys, what is it doing? So Nvidia remains in the negative structure for us here. Okay, we have been constantly on the decline over here, and what we are seeing, this zone that I have previously told you, that is 194, it is trying to give it some bounces and coinciding that whole price action with 200 days moving average. It's a potential area to watch the price action. However, it doesn't make it bullish, right? Let's get to the hourly interval, because on Nvidia, I have been mentioning a very specific zone over and over again to you guys, and that is this very zone, the zone of almost around $200. I called out this zone few days ago, and thereafter you can see we have had rejections. How I called it out, because my tools marks all these significant levels that you are seeing behind, like the black lines, right? My tools marks all these levels automatically for you. You have to learn and understand how to trade with these zones and the levels, then only you will be able to understand the market price action. Now, so we continue to reject there, and thus overall we have been bearish on Nvidia below 203. That still remains the case. And multi-day, those were just the rebounds, guys, that I was telling you. Sure, above the blue zone we can rebound, but not until, like, unless we get above 203, overall will not become bullish. And definitely $200 will keep it just one leg of a rebound, nothing more than that. Only above a multi-day rebound can begin, but that will still keep it negative below 203. We have to get above that, and that is still the case. Now the thing is that since Nvidia closed closer to the downside and on the negative side continuation, we are at a pretty much last line of defense here, guys. The only thing you are watching this week for the bullish side is only if we break out above this $200 area, 199 zone. Then only you are watching and possibly can look again upside on Nvidia. Otherwise, no. Either we're gonna stay weak and or downside, pretty much. That's the thing. Okay, as if we lose 193, 194 on Nvidia, we may be pushing to 187. After 187, definitely level by level is what we'll have to watch the price action, because along the ways we will see rebounds at these zones. But our magnet, technically in the direction, the magnet is then 170. It's too early to say if this will become a buy zone. We have to see the price action once and when we get there. Until then, we have to use it as a potential directional magnet. Okay, so that's something to watch. All right, let's get to AMD. Now AMD, guys, I was explaining you, let me actually I have put in the liquidity graph there, right, to explain these very things. Before, I told you this very candle previously, that this is just a one candle push up. It doesn't make it overall, well, it is in the overall bullish distribution phase. However, don't get too confident for the continuation to the upside. We want to see the next candle because this was a distribution phase on AMD, and we want to see a next candle to stay above this zone of 554, unfortunately, and that's what we are watching. And I told you this before this even happened. If we lose, it's going to become a liquidity grab. It's not a confident continuation candle. It's a liquidity grab, and that's what happened. And then the following day, you can see we continued lower. AMD is not that overall bearish though, like Nvidia is. Okay, and what AMD is doing is still a part of a distribution phase, but it is in enough weakness that you cannot be like full like bullish here right now. It's a distribution phase with the multi-day weakness here, and that remains the case. It has found a bounce closer to a significant level right over here for the day, but it's just a bounce. You can see it rejected at the significant level above, right over here. You can see the reason I drew the line for you there is so that because it's behind the red zone, but this is where it rejected and bounced. These levels are very important, guys. My tools does this all automatically for you. If you need access to my tools, details you will find in the description of this video. Now, what are we looking at? AMD remains in the multi-day weakness. Some rebound is possible and also stabilization possible if we can for the day regain above this 527. If for the day AMD, let's say tomorrow, starts to get above it, then you can expect a day of upside again. We can test the liquidity zone again, and then that may actually start to bring some strength back in the distribution phase though only, but that's the zone to watch. And that means below that very zone you can expect a weakness continuation. Structure will remain negative. Definitely give it some room. It's just not that a candle touches here and it's just all, you know, bullish. No, you have to see the price action there, what it does. All right, so all right, let's get to ARM is, and if you guys need more help in understanding all these things that I talk on my video, you can check out my Patreon. You can get a tailor-made course from us to understand all these things. Definitely just send us an email if you're interested and we'll create a tailor-made course for you. It's a package that you will have to buy though. Okay, nothing comes free. So, but it's something, if you want to invest in yourself, that's the way to go. All right, ARM. So ARM is continuing in the negative direction. Okay, it has lost 336 right now. This is your ongoing resistance also. I'm just gonna mark this as a ongoing resistance zone, and let me actually get rid of that. So this is where below 336 we will continue to remain in the weakness, but not just that. Let's get to the hourly interval. Previously I have given you the zones, right, like this one, 361, and you can see we rejected there over and over again. We don't need that one up there, so I'm going to remove that. And so right now, even if we come back above this red zone, that is 335, that may actually give it some good stabilization again, but that is above 335. I mean, it's a zone, but below that ARM will remain in the negative direction and in the weakness. Okay, next level to watch is 298, and then the next level after that would be 236. Okay, Broadcom remains in the negative structure, guys. This is still the zone that is at 386. Below that we will remain in the weakness. There is actually one more near-term magnet that you can watch, and that is like 373. There is this 373 that if it can regain, some rebounds can build up, but yeah, proper strength will take some time here. Okay, but the point is that the strength may not come because it's in the in the decline here, and you know, magnet right now is looking like 334 slowly, and then we'll see what happens. The thing is that yeah, if other semiconductors keep falling, they definitely not going to help Broadcom. All right, from Micron and Sandisk, guys, as I said, please check this video out. This one you can even check out for free. It's the SK Hynix, Samsung and all. I talked about Kospi market there as well if you're interested, but you will find Micron and Sandisk over there. Let's get to TSM. So TSM is also losing some steam here. and this thing losing 441 is not gonna help in any way. And at this point, yeah, below this zone we will remain in the weakness. Again, some rebounds are possible, but don't expect much from the rebounds right now. And actually I do want to update this zone. Actually, it's a little bit of price action has evolved. We do want to, like, our zone of focus needs to be a little bit updated. So I'm just gonna mark it here. This is the zone for the downside, and I'm gonna get rid of that. So this is where, as we stay below 446 technically zone, we're gonna remain in this weakness. And unfortunately right now this is also looking like it wanna go down. Only above that things may turn around, but nothing other than that. Intel also losing 127 puts it in the weakness. This is just teetering around the next zone, that is 116 that I have previously mentioned. But this one is where below this you should be really careful. Below 116 is where all this is right now more looking to you can, this is the place where if it want to stabilize it can. This is still just in a multi-day or a few days of a weakness, but the structure really starts to look much more weaker below 118 point. Is that trailing area was previously 127, and below that you should not be in any big position right now. You can still have some long running position if you have, but you should be sizing down. That's the whole point. Seagate. So Seagate is also weak and bearish. This has been a leading indicator for quite some time, guys. This technically broke the direction right at this 994 area. I have previously called it out, and along the ways that bounces that we got, I told you guys this is just a bounce. Okay, it's just a little bit of a push up in the bounce, because the bounce was so strong that a little bit pushed up, but it doesn't make it bullish, and it, you can see, continued lower thereafter. Now let me actually mark this with the red zone here, and this technically remains your ongoing bearish, and this is what can happen on other semiconductors and chip stocks this week, unless things saves. Look, anything can happen, we'll have to look at it. But the point is that you have to trade with these zones, because that defines the structure, that defines the price action. All right, so yeah, below 940 area, 943 area, we will remain in the negative side. Now Seagate looks like it has a room down to 695, and after 695 we have a room to 462. Yes, it may sound like, oh, that's absurd, it's never going to happen, and it may never happen. Okay, but the whole point is that what we are looking for are the next potential in that direction, because direction is to the downside. We have to identify what are the magnets, and then we may see a bounces along the ways, but when that happens, we'll identify what the price action is telling us, and accordingly update our possible trade setup, right? But we have to evolve with the price action. Price action is the source of truth. Okay, and so yeah, that's pretty much it what I had for you guys in this video. Definitely for other ones, if you are interested, many stocks, you can check out my members only videos on my channel. There's a lot of stuff, guys, and thank you all for joining. Many of you have joined lately, members only stuff, and many of you have also joined my trading tools, so appreciate that. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care, guys. Bye.